Southern-style stock car racing, just as it was born decades ago in that sleepy little town. Our stock car expert, Ned Jarrett, used to drive Darlington. Ned and his fellow racers love to talk about the perils of America's oldest superspeedway.
There's been a lot of adjectives about this racetrack over the years. Most of them you couldn't air. Some of the milder ones are the track that's too tough to tame, the lady in black, and certainly today was no exception. It didn't take long for that mean old track to reach out and start biting. Pole sitter Benny Parsons lost control on the first lap and hit the wall.
The least thing can get you in the wall. You go in turn one 1,000 times, the 1,001st time it's liable to reach up and bite you.
On lap number 3, Dick Brooks in number 90 spun in turn 3, causing quite a traffic jam.
If anything happens in front of you, most time it's all you can do to hang on and get around by yourself. And if something happens, there's not a whole lot of room for mistakes or for you to manipulate around them.
Besides Petty, Bobby Allison in number 22, Ron Bouchard in number 47, and Jeff Badine in number 5 were all involved. Petty and Bouchard were able to make repairs and continue. Allison lost 34 laps getting his Buick back on the track. Darrell Waltrip in number 11 couldn't believe he was able to move from his 9th starting position to the lead during all of that. He had to figure it was going to be his day. Tim Richmond charged from 13th to 2nd in his Pontiac number 27 before the lady in black reached out for him on turn 4. It wasn't through with him either. His crew made repairs, he got back in, but this time she got him on the backstretch. Richmond said, "That's enough, just let me get out of here." Dave Marcus had assumed the lead in number 75, but his turn of fate came too as he and Buddy Baker tangled in Ford number 21. The race was stopped for rain after 108 laps, but that didn't cool the lady in black. As if she hadn't done enough under the green flag, she reached out and got Buddy Baker during the caution.
If things are not going right for you in the day at Darlington, it can be all the things that everybody's ever called it, and you'll make up a few words for it, but I love it. I think it's what racing's all about.
Also involved in that freak deal were Joe Ruttman in number 98, Terry Labonte in number 44, and Rusty Wallace in number 88. You would think that old lady would loosen her grip, but not so. Here we go again, this time in turn 1. She decided to get some of those that done been got, like Dick Brooks, Rusty Wallace, and Jeff Bodine. Greg Sachs in number 51 and Buddy Arrington in number 67 also got stung. D.K. Ulrich almost got upside down in car number 6. Amazingly, there were no injuries, but most of the cars in the race looked like they'd been in a demolition derby. Darrell Waltrip was building laps on the leaderboard. His strategy was just to stay out of trouble.
You don't race anybody here. You race the racetrack itself. And in order to do that, you've got to stay out of traffic. You got to stay out of bunches of cars. The best thing you can do when you see 5 or 6 cars ahead of you racing is back off. Give yourself some escape room so that if anything goes wrong, you got somewhere to go.
Lake Speed in car number 1 ran his best race ever and was a threat to Waltrip until the valve train failed in his Chevrolet with 45 laps to go. So the lady in black smiled on Waltrip to give him his 2nd win of 1984 and his first big track win since October of 1982.